डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी.
Good morning and namaskar friends. I am Dr. Dhaval Pandya. Welcomes you all from the Chaitanya Institute of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University. Friends, today we are going to learn about MBA02 subject, research methodology. Code is MBA02C204, block number 1 and unit number 5, sampling and measurement scaling. First, we'll see the syllabus, starting from introduction, then meaning and example of sampling, objectives of sampling, types of sampling methods, meaning of measurement scaling, importance of measurement scaling, types of measurement scaling, and finally, characteristics of good scale, validity, reliability, and sensitivity. Okay, in previous lecture we could complete introduction part, then meaning and example of sampling we understood, then objective of sampling, then types of sampling methods. Okay, last time we could complete types of sampling methods, probability sampling, right? In today's lecture we will try to cover types of sampling methods, non-probability sampling, and meaning of measurement scaling, right? So then starting from types of measurement scaling, we covered probability sampling, and from in today's lecture we'll start from non-probability sampling. Okay, non-probability sampling. We understood last lecture probability sampling, simple random sampling, then cluster sampling, systematic random sampling, and stratified random sampling. Today, non-probability sampling, convenient sample, judgmental sample, quota sample, and snowball sample. Starting from non-probability sampling. What is non-probability sampling? It is a sampling method that does not provide equal opportunity to each element of population for selecting as a sample. Under this method, the researcher chooses members for research at random. This sampling method is not a fixed or predefined selection process. This makes it difficult for all elements of a population to have equal opportunity to be included in a sample. This method is relatively weaker method for sampling selection as it does not provide equal opportunity to each element of the population. This method does not allow the researcher to be completely free from bias. However, this method does not require the researcher to have sampling frame or complete list of population. There are 4 types of non-probability sampling methods: convenient sampling, judgmental or purposive sampling, then snowball sampling, and quota sampling. Let us understand each of these in detail. Convenient sampling. What is convenient sampling? It is the method that dependent on the each of access to subjects such as surviving customers at a mall or by the busiest passage by one of the busy street. Under this method of sampling, the researcher is of carrying it out of getting in touch with the subject. Researchers have nearly no authority to select the sample elements, and it's purely done based on proximity and not representativeness. Like, for example, the researcher wants to select 100 respondents who have ever carried shopping from Big Bazaar can be selected by selecting outside any Big Bazaar store and ask questions related to their shopping experience only to those respondents to whom researcher finds him or herself comfortable to ask. Second, judgmental or purposive sampling. It is the sampling method to be used by researcher to select the sample based on their judgment or purpose of research. Such samples are formed by the discretion of the researcher. Researcher purely consider the purpose of the study along with the understanding of the target audience. For example, researcher wants to select 100 respondents who have ever carried shopping from Big Bazaar can be selected with purpose that they must be from age between 20 to 30 years only. This method is best suitable to carry a study with selective purpose. Third, snowball sampling. It is the sampling method to be used by researcher to select the sample with reference to other sample. Snowball sampling is a sample method that a researcher apply when the subject or respondent are difficult to trace. For example, a researcher wants to carry a study on socioeconomic status of prostitute in Gujarat. For such a sensitive study, having sample is a big challenge, and therefore the researcher can start with finding one prostitute. Then, after researcher ask for references of other prostitutes and continue the sampling in this way only. Then quota sampling. It is the sampling method to be used by researcher to select the sample based on preset standards. In this case, as a sample of sample is formed based on specific attributes. The created sample will have the same qualities found in the total population. It is a rapid method of collecting samples. For example, a researcher wants to take a sample of shoppers of Big Bazaar, but the quota is preset as 80% female shoppers and 20% male shoppers. It means in the sample of 100 respondent, 80 would be female shoppers and 20 would be male shoppers. So after non-probability sampling, we'll try to understand meaning of measurement and scaling. Meaning of measurement and scaling. Measurement is a technique to assign numbers to object or event according to predefined rules. Measurement is a systematic assignment of numbers to a set of observations or responses to reflect the status of each response in terms of variable properties. In simple sense, measurement is an exercise to assign a number to qualitative measures in social science, particularly, such as feelings, satisfaction, behavior, patriotism, service quality, perceptions, etc. There are four elements, scales: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. We shall discuss the basic of each scale here, and the detail shall be explained in case of data analysis unit. Nominal is a measurement scale that attach a number, which is just a number for identification to object or event. For example, in MBS admission process, the form number is attached to each student. This form number is just for identification purpose and does not reveal any specific information helpful for admission. Then ordinal is a measurement scale that arrange the object or event in a sequence. Or for example, in MBA admission process, merit number is an example of the same. Interval is a measurement scale that both arrange the objects or event and also measure the meticulous difference between them. For example, in MBA admission process, the marks difference between first rank and second rank student is an example of interval scale. Then final, ratio. Ratio is a measurement scale that has absolute measurement number attached to object or event. For example, in MBA admission process, the marks of each student in MBA entrance examination is an example of ratio data. With this note, we conclude our today's lecture. What question can be asked from this lecture are in front of you. First is, what is non-probability sampling? What is non-probability sampling? Explain in detail. And the next is, what is the meaning of measurement and scaling? Explain in detail. Okay, friends, with this note, we conclude today's lecture. The next lecture will be the continuation with this fifth unit only. Till then, goodbye and take care. Thank you very much.
स्वाध्यायः परः